Moving on with the countdown of the dirty cops reacting to unexpected prison sentences. Sean Corder. Welcome to the Essex County Superior Court, New Jersey, where 35-year-old Bloomfield police officer Sean Corder is facing charges of conspiracy to commit official misconduct.
Get out! Get out! Car.
Tampering with public records, falsifying public records, and false swearing. On June 7, 2012, Officer Sean Corder responded to a call at Marcus Jeter's home following a verbal argument between Jeter and his girlfriend. Jeter voluntarily left the premises and Corder followed him onto the Garden State Parkway. Corder attempted to get Jeter to exit his vehicle, but Jeter refused, expressing fear for his life. Corder then called for backup. When backup arrived, their vehicle collided with the front of Jeter's car. Corder proceeded to break the window and with the assistance of his backup, forcibly removed Jeter from the vehicle. After the incident, the officers filed police reports claiming that Jeter had attempted to grab Corder's gun and had assaulted one of the backup officers. Based on these reports, Jeter was charged with eluding, resisting arrest, aggravated assault, and attempting to disarm a police officer. However, after the new evidence surfaced, all charges against Marcus Jeter were dismissed, and an investigation into the officers was initiated, leading to their indictment by a grand jury. Prior to his sentencing, Officer Sean Corder addressed the judge, expressing his love for his children and his concerns about the impact on their lives, such as switching schools, losing friends, and potentially losing their family home.
I love my children more than anything in the world, and I know they need me. I don't want them to have to suffer, switch schools, lose friends, lose the house that they're raised in.
Marcus Jeter, the victim in this case, was also present in the courthouse and shared his perspective on Sean Corder and the entire ordeal. Jeter emphasized that despite Corder's actions and the charges he faced, he did not question Corder's overall character, but highlighted the importance of honesty and fulfilling one's obligations, especially in a situation where the truth should be prioritized. Following his conviction on charges of official misconduct and tampering with records, former Bloomfield police officer Sean Corder was sentenced by Essex County Superior Court Judge Michael Raven to 5 years in state prison. Michael Dotro. This is Michael Dotro, a former police officer in Edison, who orchestrated a series of revenge plots against fellow officers who, in his perception, had crossed him during his time on duty. Eventually, he was arrested for setting fire to his supervisor's home and was scheduled to be arraigned on multiple charges, including attempted murder, aggravated arson, official misconduct, conspiracy to tamper with a witness, and conspiracy to retaliate. The charges of attempted murder and arson stem from Dotro intentionally setting his supervisor's home ablaze using 2 containers filled with gasoline on May 23, 2013. During the incident, his supervisor was inside the house with his wife, 2 children, and a 92-year-old mother. Although the house suffered significant damage, fortunately, no one was injured. Dotro maintained complete silence throughout the nearly hour-long trial while the judge shared his thoughts on the matter.
Because of what this individual has done, because of him and people like him, victims are afraid to come forward, be part of the criminal justice system.
It is worth noting that the attempted murder and arson charges were not the only legal issues Dotro faced in recent years. In a separate case of official misconduct, he was accused of accessing police records and disclosing information to his wife regarding a tire slashing incident involving a woman he was reportedly involved with. Dotro also pleaded guilty to conspiracy, admitting that he sought revenge against a North Brunswick police officer who had issued a traffic citation to another individual for drunk driving. It is clear that Dotro's actions indicate a strong desire for personal revenge rather than leaving matters in the hands of a higher power. As a result of his crimes, Dotro has been sentenced to 20 years for attempted murder, 10 years for aggravated arson, 10 years for official misconduct, 5 years for conspiracy to tamper with a witness, and 18 months for conspiracy to retaliate. These prison terms will run concurrently, meaning he will serve them simultaneously. Zachary Wester. In Jackson County Courthouse in Florida, we have the case of Zachary Wester, a 30-year-old former deputy who has been involved in a series of unlawful activities. He has been found guilty of numerous charges, which include the act of planting drugs on innocent drivers. These charges amount to approximately 67 counts of racketeering, official misconduct, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances. Wester's misconduct took place during routine traffic stops that initially began with minor traffic violations. However, these encounters tragically resulted in innocent individuals being wrongfully accused and sent to jail on fabricated drug charges, specifically the possession of methamphetamine.
I wish you no ill will. And you'll never know what you've done to me until you have children of your own, so.
It was Wester himself who planted the drugs on these unsuspecting victims. The consequences for the victims have been devastating. Many of them experienced their lives falling apart as a direct result of these false accusations and subsequent convictions. During the trial, the prosecution presented compelling evidence against Wester, which included incriminating footage from his own body camera. They also uncovered additional evidence, such as a hidden stash of ready-to-plant evidence found in the trunk of his patrol car. These pieces of evidence played a significant role in establishing Wester's guilt. As for the motives behind his actions, the prosecution argued that Wester, driven by ambition, aimed to climb the ranks within law enforcement hierarchy and secure a position in the narcotics division. However, during his testimony, Wester vehemently denied any involvement in planting drugs in the vehicles of the victims.
Was there ever anything other than that bag, same bag being palmed in your hand that you later put in her purse and acted like you found out of that purse?
Okay, so what you just presented to this jury is absolutely absurd and not factual at all.
Wester has been handed a sentence of 12 years and 6 months in prison for his crimes. He had already spent the past 58 days in the Jackson County Jail since his guilty verdict, and those days will count towards his overall sentence. Following this, he will be transferred to a state prison to serve the remainder of his term. Daniel Holtzclaw. Welcome to the state of Oklahoma, where former Oklahoma City Police Department officer Daniel Holtzclaw has faced charges of rape, sexual battery, forcible oral sodomy, and other sexual offenses.
A disgraced former police officer and convicted serial rapist is denied parole. Daniel Holtzclaw was hoping to shorten his lengthy sentence.
Holtzclaw was accused of sexually assaulting multiple African-American women between December 2013 and June 2014. Investigators revealed that Holtzclaw selectively targeted women from a poorer area of the city, predominantly African-American, who had outstanding warrants, pending parking tickets, or criminal records. He used his position as an officer to run background checks on these women and carefully selected them as his victims. Holtzclaw, who had been on paid leave, was eventually charged in August 2014. He was terminated from the Oklahoma City Police Department in January 2015, and his trial commenced on November 2nd, 2015.
Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff for formal sentencing set January 21st, 2016 at 10 o'clock a.m. All right, you have a seat.
Although he pleaded not guilty to all charges, on December 10, 2015, he was found guilty of 18 charges. The jury recommended a sentence of 263 years in prison. Holtzclaw's attorney claimed that evidence had been withheld from their defense and requested a new trial, but the judge promptly denied the request. And that concludes it. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take a moment to click the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notifications. Bye.